Breaking now on Denver 7 News at 6. A major railroad strike averted. We're getting details of the agreement President Biden is calling a win for both sides.
A grandmother and her grandson survive a vicious attack by pit bulls in their own backyard. The effort it took for police to get them out safely.
Russell Wilson is staying positive as the Broncos head back to a home crowd this weekend.
You want to be a championship team, you got to respond. So how are we going to respond today?
But we already know one of the team's captains will be on the bench when the team returns to Empower Field.
And say goodbye to the burrito loophole. Chipotle catches on to a trick customers use to get a steep discount on their meal. Did you know about that one?
No, apparently I need to get on TikTok so I know these things.
Some call it smart, others call it wasteful. We'll see what you think. Here's something we can all embrace this morning, a double rainbow.
Double rainbow!
Oh, wow.
Yes, there's got to be several pots of gold down there somewhere. This was great to see as the storms pushed out, but I mean, crystal clear.
Oh.
Double rainbow.
Love it. Love
how's that to start your Thursday? Thanks for joining us. I'm Brian Sanders.
I'm Nicole Brady. The rain was really nice yesterday, too.
Made for a little bit of a tough drive in spots yesterday evening, but it's so much better
But
yesterday.
I was home, so
so there you go. Yeah. It's all about Nicole.
It cooled it off fast, too. We went from 70s to 60s in a hurry. We'll get another round this afternoon, maybe another, say it again, Jason. Double rainbow!
Double rainbow!
Now at 6:01, we're looking at a little bit of cloud cover. You're going to find some sunshine for the morning commute. Mid to upper 50s. Did you just pull something when you did that? I think you did. He did. Take a look at your bus stop forecast. We'll see mid 50s early on for your kids. They're going to probably want a light extra layer this morning. We'll be about 20 degrees above that here by the time they get home. Mid to upper 70s for highs today. And a few more scattered storms and showers developing after about 1 o'clock. Erie 77, Evergreen, you're going to be a good 10 degrees cooler. Parker and Castle Rock low to mid 70s. Another round of storms. Now we're seeing wet conditions right now west of the divide. In fact, just west of Vail. It's starting to move farther east, and we're going to see it here in town by this afternoon. That's right around 2:30, 3 o'clock. We'll take a closer look at our shower activity today, plus how it's all going to clear out and really heat up for the Broncos game. I'll have details on the Super 7 Day coming up.
Starting off pretty well for us here this morning. You might find some damp areas here and there from the storms that we had last night. This is Air Tracker 7 as they're taking off from Rocky Mountain Metro Airport. You can see the taxiway and the runway over here as it looks like a good start here to the morning commute. Pretty cool view there from Air Tracker. Take a look at the drive that we have going on across that northeast side of town. Already heavy stop and go traffic, heavier than normal as they're getting through the construction zone here on I-76, and it looks like there might be a new problem in here getting past the Commerce City split. So that's already at 18 to 20 minutes now trying to get to I-25. 270 is getting a little bit busier. I-70, the rest of it just getting a little bit busy in some of those usual spots, but nothing else major going on. But it looks like I-76 is going to be the hot spot right now.
Thanks, Jason. We have some breaking news overnight. A railroad strike is on hold for now.
Yeah, the Biden administration has announced a tentative deal between railroad companies and the labor unions. Workers will get a 24% raise over the next 5 years with a 14% raise in bonuses immediately. That agreement will now go to union members for a vote. The president called it a win for both sides, though, saying it will keep our critical rail system working and avoid disruption of our economy. So much of our supply chain, including fuel, relies on rail.
Yeah. Well, here in Golden, a frightening scene. A grandmother and her grandson were attacked by two pit bulls in their backyard. Denver 7's Jessica Crawford joins us live from Golden. And Jessica, it sounds like even several police officers could barely get the dogs away from the woman.
Yeah, and Golden police are saying that officers really had to get between those two pit bulls and that 89-year-old woman, and ultimately officers did end up tasing those pit bulls. I'm going to give you a look right now at video from the scene. This took place yesterday right here in Golden. This is on West 1st Avenue where I'm standing right now. The dogs attacked the 12-year-old and he got away to a neighbor's house to call police. Now, when officers arrived, there was a trail of blood going up to the house, and they found the dogs actively attacking that 89-year-old woman in the backyard. Every time officers approached that grandmother, the dogs dogs would circle the police and they shouted at the dogs, but that didn't work. And they did have to use tasers and beanbag shotguns to get those dogs to back off. The grandmother is hospitalized with critical injuries. The boy was airlifted to Children's Hospital. And police say the dogs involved in the attack are currently contained and are not a threat to the public. The victims did know of the dogs, but it's not clear who they belong to. I did check the city code, and Golden does not have a ban on pit bulls. However, it is unlawful here to have a vicious animal. So if an animal does do a vicious attack, it could be impounded, and in some cases, it could even be put down. Live from Golden, I'm Jessica Crawford, Denver 7.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Jessica. Well, the Adams County District Attorney says there is still not enough evidence to file criminal charges after 5 people were found dead inside a Commerce City home from fentanyl poisoning. He says his team worked tirelessly to try to solve a tragic case. They even had extra help from Attorney General Merrick Garland and the Justice Department on the case, but he says the evidence strongly shows the victims did not know they were taking cocaine laced with fentanyl. An Aurora City Councilman plans to introduce a resolution next week banning the city's paramedics from using a new sedative. Last month, Aurora's medical director introduced a new fast-acting sedative called droperidol. It would replace ketamine, which was banned after the death of Elijah McClain. The agency has defended droperidol, calling it one of the best options to care for some of our patients, but the union representing Aurora's paramedics is concerned.
Colorado is set to offer a minimum of 10 free hours of preschool per week to all 4-year-olds starting next year. But this morning, we're learning some kids could get twice as much free preschool, and we may soon know which kids will qualify. Today, an advisory group will meet to consider the eligibility requirements. Certainly, income will definitely be one factor, but the group may also consider children who are non-native English speakers or in foster care. The free preschool is set to start in the fall of 2023, paid by a voter-approved tobacco tax. I asked the director of the state's new Department of Early Childhood if eventually we could see even more than 10 free hours for even more kids.
What will Colorado continue to do to expand preschool for more kids and more hours?
Thank you for that question. Obviously, this is a great start. It's universal. So no matter what the income of the family, they are guaranteed 10 hours towards a part day or full day program. That saves families a lot of money. That could be anywhere from 25 to 50% of what a family would normally pay. We, again, look at this as an issue for all families. And so that 10 is just the beginning.
So after the advisory council comes up with its recommendation today on which families should qualify for 20 hours of free preschool, Dr. Roy will make a final decision on that. That should happen by the end of this month. Denver families, meanwhile, can sign up for free preschool right now. It's the Denver Preschool Program, and thanks to a voter-supported effort, families who sign up can get an average of $850 per month toward their child care and preschool costs. You can even be higher income and still get that funding. There are 260 preschool programs to choose from all over Denver. Some are schools like Clayton Early Learning, others are daycare centers or home-based providers. For more information, go to dpp.org.
Well, unfortunately, the Broncos are adding injury now to their defeat from Monday night. Team captain and Pro Bowl safety Justin Simmons will be out for at least 4 games with a quad injury. Didn't even know he was injured. He told Broncos insider Troy Rank he hurt it early in the second quarter against Seattle, but he'll be better than ever when he returns. Teammates know it's a big loss, though, ability and leadership-wise on the field, so others just need to step up. Second-year safety Caden Stearns will fill his role on the field. Meanwhile, the Broncos will have the home crowd behind them this weekend for their home opener at Empower Field, trying to bounce back from that tough loss in Seattle. Quarterback Russell Wilson isn't worried and thinks it's just part of the team's journey to success.
The thing about great teams is they always respond. If you want to be a championship team, you got to respond. You realize you don't win it all in one day. One game, you went in through a journey and a process, and you have to go through a little bit of adversity to get to the other side, and that's just what it is. If you want, you got to be able to have a little challenge and a little, I always say adversity tolerance to be able to get to the other side of greatness and what that looks like.
Always optimistic, always positive. Yeah.
I believe him though when he says it.
Yeah,
So yeah.
he's a great leader. The Broncos host the Texans Sunday. Kickoff is at 2:25 p.m. Lisa.
We are looking at what is going to be a pretty warm game. I'll have that here on our Super 7 Day coming up in just a minute. Today, though, you're stepping out the door to 50s. It's a little cooler here early this morning. And you can see, obviously, there for the game, it will be warm with plenty of sunshine. We'll have that tailgating forecast coming up. Again, though, today, 67 by about 10 o'clock. Low to mid 70s here this afternoon, right around noon to about 1. More rain on the way. We'll take a closer look at when it's going to roll into your neighborhood coming up.
As I told you a few minutes ago, there's a new problem on I-76 on that westbound side right after 88th Avenue. This is the camera back at 96th, and you can see how heavy the stop-and-go traffic is to this new crash right before you get to the Commerce City split that takes you down into Vasquez. Helicopter's not too far from there. We'll get a better look at the problem coming up in just a bit, but you can obviously the delays. Highway 2 might be able to get you around it just a little bit faster.
A company on a new mission. The owner who just declared planet Earth is our only shareholder. And that free pre-mailed bread or chips and salsa may be becoming a thing of the past.
You can make a meal out of that stuff sometimes, but the freebies might be going away while some places are canceling the complimentary appetizers.
My name is Cindy de la Torre. My roots are from Jalisco, Mexico, and the reason why I celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month is to celebrate family and, most importantly, our contributions to the entire community as a whole.